YouTube, what's going on? Mike here, back with another video. How you guys doing today? All right, happy Easter to everybody. You know, I'm out here riding. Oh man, it feels so good today. Beautiful day. Out on the CBR. Man, this bike feels, I don't know, for some reason I got on today and I'm like, I don't know, it feels good today. It feels different. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But shout out to everybody, all the new subscribers, all the people leaving me comments, etc, you know, thank you. And yeah, so let's get right into it. Today I wanted to talk about, I don't know, it's just when I have things that are on my mind, especially what made me come to this thought that I'm about to speak of is being on the Facebook group for this bike. And my thought is, how much speed do you really need for a motorcycle? Now, I know I might have covered this topic before, a long time ago maybe, but now that I've owned bigger bikes than this for quite a bit of time, my mindset might have changed, you know, a little bit since then. But why I ask how much speed do you really need is, now for me there's certain requirements for a bike that if I was to ever just have one bike, regardless of what the CCs are, right? So pretty much it's got to get to 100. Now how fast it gets to 100, that could be debatable, but I would at least want to feel that way to be safe on the highways with a bike. And that was one of the reasons why I went with this bike over the Ninja 400 initially when I first got a bike. First, they didn't have the color I wanted, and secondly, this has slightly more torque. So that's pretty more torque than the Ninja. But as far as top speed and all that, that might have it beat with this bike. You know, it is what it is. I've watched so many videos, comparisons, and that bike just revs out a lot higher than this bike. Now, there's a lot you can, I mean, not say a lot you can do to this bike, but there's things you can do to get it faster, you know. But, and that's the thing, what made me even think about this, because somebody who had this bike said, I think they just got it or something like that, or they had it for a while. No, they had it for a couple months, and they put like, was it like 7,200 miles on it? And they were asking, what can I do to make it faster? And the main comments were, get a bigger bike. Get a bigger bike, which, you know, I agree with, because you only, even you put thousands of dollars into it, you might make it faster, but is it really worth it? You know, for me, what I've done to it is definitely worth it for me, you know, because I plan on keeping this bike. And that's what comes to my point, is how much speed do you really need? And for me, this bike meets all the requirements. Now, this is from a guy who has, you know, multiple bikes and, you know, 2 of my bikes are faster than this bike. You know, can get to a higher top speed and a lot faster. So I know where I'm coming from when I'm saying that there's a need for everything. There's a need for 1,000 cc's, there's a need for Hayabusas, there's a need for all of that. But I'm just going off of needs today, not about wants. Now the needs for those bigger bikes is because the people wants. But there might be different, you know, needs for it, but I'm not going to get into all that. Let's just, you know, keep it on the surface and to say that, look, if you want, I mean, technically for certain people, this is not even a need. They need, you know, 250 might be all they need for where they live, you know, especially heavily urban environments or whatnot. But for where I am, it's not heavily urban environment, so I need a little bit more speed than what, say, somebody in a heavily populated area would need, you know. So let me put that out there. Now, if you're less populated than where I'm at and more rural, you might want a little bit more speed, you know, because you have the ability to go faster on roads that are not that, you know, congested, I want to say. So, you know, it's just like my brother who owns a Harley, or people who own Harleys. I don't think they're too much concerned about speed more than you know, the comfort of the ride more than anything, you know. I would say that for the guys like me who like the sport bike look, and you know, I like the sport bike look. I don't like the sitting forward position. That's just my preference. And not that I don't like the look of, you know, cruisers. It's just, you know, preference pretty much. But yeah, I don't know. That's not my need. My brother's like, man, you need to get one. I'm like, I haven't taken any long trips or plan to quite yet. Maybe that'll be something in the future. But for now, the longest trips that I have taken, I mean, I've ridden all day, you know. I've ridden all day, and this bike has been good. Now, I haven't ridden the VFR like on an all-day trip, so I don't know how comfortable that bike is on an all-day trip. And the R6, which I have, I definitely wouldn't take that on an all-day trip. That's, man, just riding that a little bit, I can start to feel my wrist start to, you know, it's got too much of a forward aggressive lean. And shout out to you guys who ride those things for hours and stuff, man. It's just, you know, not for me. The sport touring, like I said, I like the semi-aggressive type of feel because it's not too laid back, you know, but it's not too aggressive. So I guess it's my most laid back, because even the VFR feels a little bit more aggressive stance than this bike, you know. I feel more comfortable on this bike from what, you know, pretty much. So I know I've been going on and on, but you know, for all of you guys who own this bike, who own it or do own it at the moment, let me know in the comments how you feel about the bike as far as the speed. Do you want more, or do you need more? I don't think anybody would need more, but let's if you have an argument, you know. But let me know, because I've met or a couple guys have left comments that they had to get a bigger bike because this was too slow for them, which I get it. You know, everybody's gonna be different, you know, everybody's gonna be different. I wanted to get on the highway today, so I'm getting on the 95. And not to showcase the biker, I've been on the highway with this bike so many times, but you got, I mean, those who've been following me, you know what this bike is capable of. So and two, I want to make sure I got my sound right, and I don't think I've ever been on the highway with this bike with two views. Maybe the first. Oh, shout out to the guy who says this thing sounds like a 250. Yeah, right. I don't know if you owned many 250s, but this thing definitely does not sound like one. Yeah, let's put in some miles today, you know. But see, I'm fifth gear, 83, and as soon as I switch the throttle, I'm going, you know. It still has pickup. It might not be like my VFR, the R6, but I can still, you know, it still picks up for me. And much more than what I need now. If I was in sixth gear, I would definitely have to downshift. That's a given. But you know, it's definitely, and I have a 39.2 sprocket. So just think, if I had the stock 41 sprocket, the pickup would be even more abrupt with the exhaust on here. The exhaust does make a difference to me as far as the pull. It feels like it pulls a little bit more, or it has more free-flowing air to pull more. So I don't know, don't quote me. That's just what I've experienced from it after having the exhaust. I don't know how long it's been now. I don't think it's been a year, but it's definitely been more than 6 months with this exhaust, and I definitely notice a difference. I don't know, tell me you can hear that. That does not sound like a 250. So this bike definitely, like I said, it's more than what I need. And I'm not making this video to like, oh, get a CBR500R. I'm not saying that. I mean, why not, right? But I'm just saying, you know, the bike caught me with how it looked more than anything. That's what got me first, how it looked. And then you know, after getting on it, riding different bikes, riding bigger bikes, coming back to riding it, is like, I don't know. So those of you who upgrade from this bike or did, do you miss it? Or are you good with going faster? Because I mean, going fast gets pretty old. I mean, I don't know, as long as I can get to 100 or a little, actually I'm not gonna say to 100, but a little more than that, I'm okay. You know, I don't need to do over 120 or even 120 at that. And I like to do it on my VFR when I'm on it, because why not? And I'm only coming from a standpoint where I haven't taken a long trip, and that in my mind it feels like going faster for a longer period of time would be beneficial on a trip, you know? Now keep in mind, I have a whole nother gear to go, but I like this, you know, to be ahead of traffic, and I like to have, you know, power on command, and if I put it up a gear, it's not going to pick up as fast. That just is what it is. And then I just get in a 6 when I'm just cruising, but it still picks up in 6. Yeah, shout out to my homie Scooterhead 79. He's got the same bike. I like how his bike is coming along. You know, I like to see people mod their bikes, even though there's nothing wrong with keeping it stock, but you know, giving it a little flavor, giving your own stuff, you know. I don't know if you've gotten it out on the highway yet, but I can't wait to see when you drop that, because that's gonna be a good reaction. This bike, I like to see when people get on it the first time, and I mean, especially not to say the first time as far as they've been riding different bikes, but if you're a first-time rider or a first-time experiencing a certain type of bike, man, it is hot today, man. I tend to always ride with long sleeves. Sometimes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I ride with short sleeves. You've seen me on the channel with it, but man, it's hot today, man. And I've been keeping up with riding with my road ID. Shout out to On Twos. He told me he has something too that he rides with all the time too. I still watch a lot of people, man. Like I said, I'm still gonna do a shout out video for all the people, just cause it's like, that's what keeps me entertained, you know. Watching other people's stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I guess at the end of the day, you know, when you're riding and you're doing this type of moto vlogging and all that, you know, the main thing is to make sure you stay safe and show people love when you can, man. You know, a lot of people show me love on YouTube, small channels that are, you know, my size and up, you know, and it's just, that's what's up, man. It's a good feeling. And if you watch my channel, or if you got this bike or the new 2022, if you got the new 2022, let me know how you like it. I mean, if you've ridden the older ones compared to the new ones, but I don't know. I don't see too much people keeping this bike that long, or as long as I have. There are some people, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not, let me not say that, but I mean on YouTube. On YouTube. And that's me saying I might not know. If you guys know somebody who has a bike, or that had this bike for years, let me know, because I've watched a couple people who had it but they've sold it or got a bigger bike, you know, because they need it more. I just can't let this bike go, man. I don't know, not the fact that I did so much to it, not only that, but I don't know, it keeps me well-rounded, you know. It's a well-rounded bike. I think for a well-rounded individual who doesn't really want speed but wants enough speed, wants the looks and the reliability of a Honda, you know. And to be honest, there's a lot of aftermarket stuff for it, you know. For me, at least, I found a whole lot. So if you just see the acceleration, I mean, it accelerates. I mean, it accelerates. What else do you want from it? You know, it's gonna do what it do. It's not like, I mean, yeah, R6 or I haven't owned a liter bike or a 1000, but I'm pretty sure it's similar. But the R6 is like, I can be in first gear and get to 60, you know. I don't have to switch. This is what keeps it more fun for me in the city. Like, I like changing gears. I don't like just staying in one gear, you know. And you know that I probably wouldn't ever get into the higher gears, maybe only because of trying to save gas. But you know, shifting through the gears is fun, man, when you ride and doing a lot of city riding, you know, or just in your town. But anyway, guys, I know I've been going on and on. That was on my mind today. I don't want to make it too long, but you know, it's been a minute since I've ridden. Like I said, just life, you know. But don't worry, man, anytime I get out here, I have the camera. The last time, you know, that was unfortunate. I made sure I was prepared this time for sure. And you know, it just is what it is, man. Just doing some I went pretty far just so I can you know, get a good ride in, man. Last time I got so pissed off that I didn't have my memory card, I just cut it short and just went home real quick. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, it's been you know, it's been a great journey on YouTube so far, man. Shout out to all my 1,580 something subscribers right now. I'm about to get on to 1,600, which is amazing. Thankful for everything and for everybody, you know. I still got a lot more stuff that I need to do to make videos. I just haven't done it yet, you know. I feel like I'll get back in the groove of things pretty soon, you know, pretty soon. But anyway, guys, appreciate you riding with me as always. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.